ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਕੋਰੋਨਾ ਵਾਇਰਸ ਨੇ ਦੂਜੀ ਲਹਿਰ ਨੇ ਦਸਤਕ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਦਾ ਅੰਕੜਾ ਸੋਚਣ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਪਾਰ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਬੋਰਿਸ ਜੌਨਸਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੇ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਹਦਾਇਤਾਂ ਜਾਰੀ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਸਥਿਤੀ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਵੇਖੋ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਖਾਸ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ।
ਬ੍ਰਿਟਾਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੇ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਤੋਂ ਵਾਧਾ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਪਿਛਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ 10,000 ਨਵੇਂ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ, जो कि इंग्लैंड ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੂਜੀ ਲਹਿਰ ਦੀ ਦਸਤਕ ਦਾ ਇਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਗੌਰਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਹੀ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਸਕੂਲ ਬੰਦ ਰਹਿਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਕੂਲ ਖੋਲ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਤੋਂ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਜ਼ਾਫਾ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਗਾਈਡਲਾਈਨ ਦਾ ਨਿਰਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਨਵੇਂ ਨਿਰਦੇਸ਼ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ 6 ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਤੋਂ ਪਾਬੰਦੀ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ। ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਕੂਲ, ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀਜ਼, ਵਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਪਲੇਸਿਸ, ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟਸ ਅਤੇ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ 6 ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਕੱਠ ਦੀ ਲਿਮਿਟ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਨਿਯਮ ਨੂੰ ਤੋੜਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ 100 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਕੇ 3200 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਤੱਕ ਦਾ ਜੁਰਮਾਨਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ।
We must act, and the most important thing for all of us is to remember the basics. First, wash your hands regularly and for 20 seconds. Don't get back into the old habits. Second, wear a face covering over your mouth and nose if you're in an enclosed space and in close contact with people you don't normally meet. I know wearing a face covering feels odd to some people, I understand that, but face coverings do make it harder for the virus to spread, so please wear one to protect others. Third, make space. Always stay 2 meters away from people you don't live with, or 1 meter with extra precautions like extra ventilation screens or face coverings. Fourthly, if you have COVID symptoms, get a test and self-isolate. In England, from Monday, we're introducing the rule of 6. You must not meet socially in groups of more than 6, and if you do, you will be breaking the law. This will apply in any setting, indoors or outdoors, at home or in the pub. The ban will set out in law and it will be enforced by the police. And anyone breaking the rules risks being dispersed, fined and possibly arrested. This single measure replaces both the existing ban on gatherings of more than 30 and the current guidance on allowing 2 households to meet indoors. Now you only need to remember the rule of 6. There will be some limited exemptions. For example, if a single household or support bubble is larger than 6, then obviously they can still gather. COVID-secure venues like places of worship, gyms, restaurants, hospitality venues can still hold more than 6 in total. Within those venues, however, there must not be individual groups larger than 6, and groups must not mix socially or form larger groups. Education and work settings are unaffected. I want to be absolutely clear. These measures are not another national lockdown. The whole point of them is to avoid a second national lockdown. We're working hard to increase our testing capacity to 500,000 tests a day by the end of October. But in the near future, we want to start using testing to identify people who are negative, who don't have coronavirus, who are not infectious, so we can allow them to behave in a more normal way, in the knowledge that they can't infect anyone else with the virus. And we think, we hope, we believe that new types of tests, which are simple, quick and scalable, will become available. And they use swabs or saliva and can turn around results in 90 or even 20 minutes. Crucially, it should be possible to deploy these tests on a far bigger scale than any country has yet achieved. Literally millions of tests being processed every single day. And that level of tests would allow people to lead more normal lives without the need for social distancing. Theatres and sports venues could test an audience, all audience members one day and let in all those with a negative result, all those who were not infectious. Workplaces could be opened up to all those who test negative in the morning to behave in a way that was exactly as in the world before COVID. And those isolating because they are a contact or quarantining after travelling abroad could, after a period, be tested and released. Now, that's an ambitious agenda, but we're going to pilot this approach in Salford from next month with audiences in indoor and outdoor venues. And then we hope to go nationwide.
ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨਮੰਤਰੀ ਬੋਰਿਸ ਜੌਨਸਨ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਬੋਧਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਤੋਂ ਫੁੱਲ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਰੋਕਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਗਾਈਡਲਾਈਨ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਨਿਸ਼ਚਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਅਤੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੀ ਟੈਸਟਿੰਗ क्षमता ਨੂੰ ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਤੱਕ 500,000 ਤੱਕ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਟਾਰਗੇਟ ਹੈ। ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਜਾਣਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਨਵੀਂ ਗਾਈਡਲਾਈਨ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ।
So basically, with the second lockdown potentially coming, because we don't know 100% if it is coming or not, there are restrictions coming in from Monday, which we know the government are implementing. But from me, from a personal point of view, I believe that we need to start integrating it into our society. It's something that's going to stay with us. It's something that's going to live with us now for a long time, just like the normal flu. So I think we need to start thinking about the consequences of all of these lockdowns and what it can actually do for people that are trying to just get on with their lives, because of the impact that it's happening, that it's creating around people that are just trying to live their lives as opposed to the people that we're trying to protect. It's completely vast. The numbers that it's impacting that we're actually trying to solve and save, like the vulnerable and the elderly, compared to the people that are losing their jobs, losing their homes, committing suicide because of their depression, things like this, outweighs that number significantly. They need to just look at the statistics and they need to say enough's enough. We need to just either live with this and accept it and try and do the best we can for the vulnerable and the elderly and not have it impact everyone else, or we just go out and do what we can continue to do, and then you'll just see a financial recession coming and everything else like that. So that's my opinion.
Are you happy with Boris Johnson's decision?
I am. I mean, at the end of the day, Boris Johnson's there for a position of his stature and what he's there to do. He's trying to lead the country. He can't please everyone. Yeah, there's 70 million people here. But at the end of the day, I think he's doing the best for the country, and that's all he can do, really. That's what his job is, and that's what he's trying to do.
It was already expected, as it was after the Europe. So, however, the government has taken the right decision that they have already banned the gathering to the religious ceremony or any party, house party, to the number of people. They are limited, like around 6 people, which I think it is a very good thing. And also, as a citizen of UK, everyone should have feel that responsibility so that we can avoid the second wave. जैसा कि हम लोग को खुद को भी अपने आप घर में रहना चाहिए और ऐसा होना चाहिए कि सब मतलब सेकेंड वेव से हमें बचना चाहिए. एंड ऑल्सो वी शुड ऑल्सो बॉदर अबाउट द स्कूलिंग्स एंड एवरीथिंग so that in coming future that should not impact the schoolings and the children that they are going to schools. In schools also they are taking the preventive actions and everyone is following the social distancing and everything. Let's see how it goes. However, we are always in support with the UK government to facilitate the things and to avoid the upcoming lockdown.
ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਕਿ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਸਥਿਤੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਵਾਧਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਗਏ ਕਦਮ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕਾਰਗਰ ਸਿੱਧ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈ। ਅਨਮੋਲ ਕੌਰ, PTC ਨਿਊਜ਼, ਲੰਡਨ।